Nothing should motivate us more than what the Republicans choose to call their pledge to America. I want to listen to this. I want to share this information with our friends, with our neighbors, with everyone who is registered below, not just in the 8th district, but in Jerry's district, and to the extent that we can in Bobby's district and in everybody else's district. We want to spread this word around the country. At a time when America's largest corporations are profiting from shipping millions of jobs overseas, when America's largest corporation, ExxonMobil, paid no corporate income taxes last year. General Electric's tax rate was minus 10.5%, getting $1.1 billion back from the federal government. The Republicans pledge to protect corporate tax loopholes that are designed to ship even more American jobs overseas. Do you think that's what the American people really want? No! Right answer. At a time when the wealthiest 1/10 of 1% of Americans made more than 120 million American workers combined, the Republicans pledge to add $900 billion to the deficit by renewing tax cuts to millionaires and billionaires. You think that's what the American people really want? No! Now that the Democrats have finally made quality health care affordable for everyone, so that no Americans can be dropped from health care coverage when they need it the most, the Republicans pledge to repeal health care reform and to restore hundreds of billions of dollars to insurance companies' profits over the next decade. Do you think that's what the American people are really looking forward to? No! And after American families have lost $14 trillion of household wealth due to the unregulated greed of Wall Street and the big banks, the Republicans pledge to subject American families once again to this greed-driven recklessness by repealing consumer protections and bank regulations that we fought so hard to put into place. Is that what America is really all about? No! And after the Democratic Congress saved our country's retirees from President Bush's plan to privatize Social Security, which, if it had passed, would have cost the trust funds hundreds of billions of dollars when the stock market collapsed. The Republicans pledged to try again to privatize Social Security by turning it from a guaranteed benefit to a gamble on Wall Street. Is that what America's seniors really want and deserve? No! And after seeing the devastation caused by the Gulf oil spill, the lives lost to mining disasters, the salmonella poisonings from poultry and livestock farms, the Republicans pledged to eliminate the very regulators that the Obama administration has just hired to oversee offshore drilling and mine safety and industrial farming. Is that what the American people really want from their Congress? No! After hundreds of thousands of men and women have served their country in uniform, many risking their lives and too many losing their lives in Iraq, the Veterans Administration tells us that the Republican pledge to take us back to the Bush level of VA employees treat our veterans the way they deserve to be treated when they came home. And yet, the Republicans pledged to triple the backlog of young men and women who have been wounded in war from getting the benefits they deserve. And likewise, the Social Security Administration were forced back to the December 2008 Bush levels of employment. It would mean disability claims would have to wait 17 months before those claims could be considered. And yet, that's what the Republicans pledged to do. In other words, the Republican pledge is to take us back to the disastrous policies that got us into this mess in the first place, that caused seniors and veterans to be denied timely benefits and care, that enabled insurance companies to drop coverage from people who needed it the most when they needed it the most, and that caused the bankruptcy of our economy and a near economic depression of this great nation. 8 million people out of work, companies shutting down. Could have gone into a depression if we had made the tough decisions that we did. But again, it was the Democratic Party that stepped in, that pulled this country back from the edge of the cliff, from falling into a Great Depression. The truth is that Democrats have had to spend much of the last 2 years cleaning up, if you will, the elephant droppings left by the Bush administration and the Republican Congress. They caused this mess. They were forced to clean it up. And now they want to take us back to the same old failed policies that made the mess in the first place. And that is the truth. Well, we're not going to let it happen. This month, that Democratic donkey is going to start kicking that elephant's butt. That is what the American people really want.